I floated out. So I floated above my body. And then I knew I was like, okay, this is it. So I tried to kind of get out of bed. And then I ended up looking at my hands and trying to think of all the things I needed to do to keep it going. I even stuck my finger through my palm and it went right through. I was like, oh, this is so cool.
Hi everyone, Florentin here, and I'm here with Charlotte, who's just completed my 12 weeks program. Hello, Charlotte. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. You?
Good, great, good to see you.
You too.
You look very enlightened.
The sun is reflecting off the snow outside, so I'm bright and cheery.
Awesome, lovely. Right, so tell us, how was your situation before the program?
I think I came into it a little bit differently than most people that I've heard, because I really didn't have any experiences or any kind of knowledge or interest in it. I've had a few, what I now know were lucid dreams that may have turned into astral projections, but I had no idea. I had no idea what it was. I just knew it was different than a normal dream. And I think I've been searching for something. And then I guess when the student is ready, the teacher appears and there you were. And I went, oh, this might be something that I want to explore more. So yeah, never regretted that.
So there was something that drew you to astral projection.
I mean, not really. Just the fact that I have never forgotten those dreams that I've had years ago, which also were astral projections. But I just never knew. I never understood what really had happened. I just knew that I was taken to or I went to a room or an inn, or I recognized it, and I went there a few times. And I never knew what it was. I just knew it was different. So I've read a little bit about it, but I've never kind of attempted to do it again or never understood how it even happened.
Right. So you're totally new to this.
Yeah.
Beginning.
Yeah.
Complete beginner, have never had done it on your own.
Yes.
Never attempted even.
No, I mean, I've read a book maybe to try and understand what had happened, but it, and then you get some exercises in it, and I think I gave up after a week,
Right. And so what made you then, what made you join the program, and what made you not try for yourself at home, different techniques from YouTube or a book or these kind of things?
Well, I think I just, reading a book just didn't help me. I'm very visual, and just reading off of a book, trying to do whatever they asked you to do. I don't even remember what book or what they tried to teach me there. But I think you just kind of popped up and it just resonated with me. I just thought, well, this is what I've been waiting for, because been exploring, trying to find out different aspects, and then 2020 happened. We were all like confined to indoors, and I just thought I need something different.
Yeah.
And it just resonated with me, and I was just so excited and thought, wow, this could be good.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like COVID for some people for many of us, has been a blessing in disguise in a way, because it's forced us to go inwards.
Yeah.
Figure things out.
It was either this or getting a new dog. So.
Yeah. So you joined the program.
Yes.
And then what happened? How was your experience with the program?
Well, I enjoyed the initial talk. I think was very, very good, because I found that you were just completely down to earth. It wasn't anything, strange or woo woo, or, your method is very scientific. I enjoyed the the step-by-steps. I enjoyed all the videos, and they were very easy to follow. And I never really felt stuck or on my own or not knowing what to do. I mean, you've always been there, even little itsy bits, and you were tweaking every time I said, I'm kind of stuck here. And then you had some brilliant way of just solving my issues. So I've really enjoyed it. I really have. And I feel you have that early success. And that obviously helps motivation as well. I mean, it took me maybe 5 tries, and then I had my first out-of-body experience.
Yeah.
Without really having done anything before. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really amazing. And,
yeah.
And it's quite common as well. It doesn't have to take years, you know, to get.
Yeah.
If you
doing, clearly it doesn't.
Yeah, right. If you know what you're doing, you can do it. And are you someone that's been meditating for many years, or it's been, you know, very hardcore with meditation or other things?
I have meditated. So I don't know even if that is helpful, but I have meditated for many years.
Yeah. And that definitely is helpful, because you learn how to focus on nothing or on something, you know, there's some control there. So that definitely helps. And how was your first experience?
It was surreal in a way, because, you know, you practice, and then suddenly I felt vibrations. I mean, everybody has been talking about these vibrations, and I've just never known what they were, but suddenly my whole body was kind of sizzling, and I went, oh God, this is what they're all talking about. So what now? And then I managed to, I floated out. So I floated above my body, and then I knew I was like, okay, this is it. So I tried to kind of get out of bed, and then I ended up looking at my hands and trying to think of all the things I needed to do to keep it going. I even stuck my finger through my palm, and it went right through. You know, I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I went to my bedroom door and went through that, feeling the wood of the door. And my plan was to get outside. So I went down the steps, and I was at my front door, and then I had the thought of, oh no, how do I get out, because the alarm might go off. So I kind of stopped myself, and then I pushed at the door and couldn't get through. So I said, well, I can't possibly be setting off the alarm. And after that thought, I kind of stuck my head right through the door, and then the body followed. And I felt the breeze of the wind outside. And standing in the street, I got so excited, like, what do I do now? So I started kind of taking off, flying off, and I did like twirls in the air. I was so excited, and I think I got so excited that I just kind of ended up back in my body.
Yeah, of course.
And what I enjoy too is when it's not like that jerk feeling of getting back. It really is a very kind of, oh, okay, I'm back. You know, it's not that kind of,
Yeah, smooth transition.
It's very smooth. Yeah, even getting all excited.
Yeah. Yeah, very beautiful. Like, first experience, amazing.
Yeah.
And you get to experience proof that there was like a proof to yourself that you were actually out of body. Because did that feel like a dream to you?
No.
Or did it feel like,
oh no,
real?
that was so real. I mean, it's hard to explain the feeling, but you feel your body is super, super light. And then you just you are aware that you are sleeping, but you're also aware of something else going on.
Yeah.
And it's not scary, it's not fearful, it's just like, this is incredible. I mean,
a sense of freedom, right? Because you're so light.
Completely, you're so light. Yeah. I mean, there's no, even sense of your body, even, you know.
Yeah, amazing. And then you had some more interesting, very interesting experiences. Would you like to share those with us as well?
So we went on vacation. We went down by the beach, and I had decided that it was my father-in-law. He had passed away 3 years ago on the date, the 25th of, no, that was his birthday on the 25th of November, and he had passed 3 years ago. So that night, I decided that I wanted to go see him and bring back a message for my mother-in-law, who's still here. So I fell asleep, and this was my first time using the D method. And I think I even did it wrong because I never really felt asleep before. I just went to bed and started the D method meditation.
Uh-huh.
But nonetheless, I did manage to get out with vibrations. So first I had decided that I wanted to go down to the beach. So I actually saw the balcony that I was stood at and kind of took off from the balcony and went down to the beach, and then thinking, okay, I'm at the beach now, I want to go see my father-in-law. So suddenly it all changed into a kind of a boardwalk. And I was aware of a young man standing on the boardwalk, just staring at me. And his skin was flawless. He had dark brown hair, and his eyes were glowing blue. It was almost like they were lit from behind, or two balls of blue lights. I mean, I was like, whoa. And he was ever so stern. So I said, where I used my father-in-law's name. Where is he at? And he just kind of showed me the way by saying over there. And I went, oh, okay. So suddenly two doors appeared. And I kind of thought, well, that's a little dingy looking. Is he really in there? So I went in, and he was stood there talking to some other guys. Mm-hmm. And I yelled his name 3 times for him to kind of acknowledge me. And when he saw me, he got so excited, and he gave me a hug. And I said, I really don't have time for too much, but can you give me a message for your wife? And he said, oh, let me show you something. And I went, I really don't have time. I need a message. And he said, let me show you. So he got on a bike, and then he started pedaling away, and he was so excited. And I said, I really don't have time. Can you give me a message? And then he cycled off, and he was gone. So when I spoke to my mother-in-law, and I said, okay, so this is really funny. So, I saw your husband, and he was super excited, and all he could do was talk about this bike. And I'm really sorry, because I really wanted some really good deep message for you. But all he was talking about was this old bike that he had. And she said, oh, she said, I know exactly what you're talking about, because he had to share a bike when he was growing up with his brother. They didn't have a lot of money, so this bike just meant a lot to him. And it was his brother's, and he got it when his brother was done with it. And he was hanging on to that. Even after we got married, he was hanging on to this bike. And I finally sold it, she said. And she felt it was kind of a, hey, I got my bike back. She enjoyed that. And that was actually a message for her, even as simple as it was. And I didn't get it at the time, but she said, no, that really didn't mean a lot.
Huh.
So, yeah, so that was nice to get a confirmation of the strange sightings that I had that night.
Very interesting. A confirmation of something that you didn't know personally beforehand, that you then presented to her, and then she confirmed, oh yeah, that is actually very meaningful.
Yeah, that meant a lot to her.
Oh, lovely.
And I was like, damn, I wanted something really deep and meaningful. And it was.
Wow. How do you feel now, having been able to have these kind of experiences? Like, how does that feel for you?
Well, it feels like a whole new world has opened up. And there are so many things that we have no idea about, and it just seems like it's a vast. I have not even scratched the surface yet. I mean, there's so many things out there that, you know, I want to do and see, and people I want to meet.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, you know, you may have a dull time during the day, but man, you know, just wait just wait till nighttime and you'll have a fun experience.
Exactly.
It just feels like a dual life almost, you know. Your life, my life is richer.
Do you feel like it adds to your life, to your physical life?
Yes. Oh yeah. I just feel happier.
Happier. Because, you know, sometimes people think that, oh, astral projection is, why would you do that? Is it like an escape? What do you think of that? Do you think it's an escape, or do you think it's not?
Well, you might start out that way, but you're not going to get very far just escaping. I think it just adds layers to you as a human being. You know, there's just so much more to you than just this body. So I wouldn't say it's an escape. It's more like, I can do this as well. This is me as well. I mean, we should all be able to do this. I think escaping, I don't think you're going to end up getting very far with it.
Absolutely, I agree. And do you feel like it's like an extension? It's basically an extension of your multidimensional self that you're.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right. It's like it's like I see a door behind you, and kind of symbolizes to me what astral projection feels like a lot of times. That we're like, you know, we're living in a bubble here in the physical, and with this practice, you can open a door like behind you to enter other realities, other rooms, other worlds, and explore and grow in from there as well, and not just growing here, but growing in multiple layers. And you can do it at night when most people sleep.
Yes.
Right. Very powerful. So do you feel now, after the program, do you feel now that you have all the tools that you need, all the material, everything that you need to be able to keep going with your practice?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a matter of keeping at it, you know, because I was a little like, oh no, it's over. What do I do? But I do feel that the Facebook page that we have with people that have done the program are so really utterly helpful. Yeah. So if you do get stuck, if you do have questions, there's always somebody there who's done it longer than you and can help you out. So I don't feel like I'm on my own now doing this and not knowing what to do if I get stuck.
Right. That's yeah, the Facebook group is really powerful for that, to create that community. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, the program is it's 12 weeks right now, and when the program is over, I can understand the feeling of like, oh no, it's over, but actually it's just the start of your travels. You know, it's the program helps you to accelerate or to start your travels. But then once the program is finished, it's just the beginning. You just learned how to open that door, right? And then it's up to you to start opening it. And of course, it does come with a lot of responsibility and self-discipline. And this is where I would say most people fail, because they don't continue with the practice, because they get lazy or life comes in. And so it's really, right now for you, it's all about like keeping at it, keep practicing, so that you can really get far and explore and learn and grow and all of that kind of stuff, and not stop.
Yeah, and seeing the 3 different methods. I mean, I've never really done the indirects, because it seems like that's just not my forte, even though sometimes it's easier because you just fall asleep and it happens. But just the fact that you can swap between different methods is genius too, because you may get a little stuck with one, or it doesn't seem to go anywhere, and you change up and then suddenly something happens. So you have many ways of doing it. It's not just one way, and if that doesn't work, you're stuck.
Yeah, it's a good point, because most programs out there, they just teach you one method. But I noticed very quickly that people are very different. So one method wouldn't work for everyone. But if you have
Yeah.
3 different methods to explore, then the chances of success are so much higher, right?
Yes.
And as you know, even within each method, there's all of these different details of how you then do that method, which also you need to personalize to your own schedule, your sleep, your personality, your consciousness, in so many ways.
Yeah, and how I liked it too, that you helped me see that, even though I was aware of vibrations one time, it's not always going to happen the same way. So I've found that every time I get comfortable, it changes on me. So I have to really be aware of, okay, what am I hearing? What am I seeing? What am I feeling? That's fun too. It's fun to practice because it's never the same, and you may have an idea of where you want to go and what you want to do, but it doesn't always happen that way.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
you have to be I felt like I have to be quite forceful when I want to do something and I really want to accomplish it. So sometimes it just takes you on a wild journey.
Yeah, you have to use a lot of willpower to actually go to where you want to go. So
Yeah.
Otherwise the experience will just take you somewhere, and that can also be interesting. And sometimes it's also one of the ways to travel is to just allow the experience to take you wherever you need to go, or
yes.
And sometimes that can be quite a healing experience, because you can just allow your higher self to decide, what you should be doing. Maybe you don't have all the answers sometimes, and sometimes your higher self might have a better experience to share with you than the ones that you might think you need at the time. And you can experiment with that. But like you said, every time is a new experience, a new adventure. You don't know how it's going to be. It's always different. It's always exciting. It doesn't get boring. Right?
No, it doesn't get boring. I mean, I've had times where I've just been kind of saying, can you just help me? I just need help. And I've had one where an arm just I held onto an arm and I just said, I'm trusting you just to take me wherever I need to go. And I just felt this strong arm and I just held on for dear life, and we just took off. And then I was put down right in front of my childhood home, and then told to practice my flying. So I was like, all right, I guess that's what I need to do. It was just, not what I expected, but it was fun. And I saw 2 girls walking in the street, and it matches up with it being daylight in Denmark, where I'm from. So I live in the States now. So I was taken there and I flew over these 2 girls, and I noticed that one was kind of walking around and looking up and then saying to the other girl, there's something going on up there.
And it was you flying around.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, cool.
So do you think you were in Denmark in the physical reality, or a different reality? Maybe you don't know.
So I have no idea. It felt real. I saw my childhood street. I knew where I was. So to me, it felt real.
Yeah.
I also knew that nobody could really see me.
But these 2 girls could, and that's interesting because, I've had many experiences where I am invisible to people. People cannot see me, and I can like go literally up to their face and they don't see me.
Right.
However, if I make a sound, if I say hello, they freak out. And I think I've scared a few amount of people that way, because they somehow can hear. Somehow, I don't know why, but they can hear me and they freak out and they start looking around like the room, and they point and they freak out because they feel that, and they hear someone is in the room.
Wow.
But they cannot see me. And your experience, you have these girls that potentially saw you, and you know sometimes kids, they can see things that adults
Yeah,
cannot.
or felt me, I think. I don't think
Felt
they
you.
saw me, but I think they felt the kind of wind above their heads as I was going around.
Oh, you were just above them.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. I was practicing my flying, so don't
So
mind
cool.
me.
Flying is really fun.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you so I'm it feels like just by the by your, you know, by your energy now and your smile, it feels like the magic is somehow back in
It
life,
is. I
right?
mean, I swear to God, I was standing outside in my backyard, just looking up, going, "There must be more to life than this." And then, not long after, I saw your post looking for people who wanted to try an astral project, and I went, "That's got to be it. That's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, that's the more to life that I need."
That's the
Yeah.
magic.
I mean, it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you I don't know if you noticed, I'm wearing your crystal.
Yeah. I hope it helps.
You send this to me.
Yes.
Thank you. What is this? No, is it
Citrine.
citrine?
Yeah, it's good for energy, giving you more energy, but also it's good for new business and starting up new businesses.
So right on point.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
thank you so
perfect
much for
stone
this
for
one.
that.
Feel the power. I'm gonna keep it there. Lovely. So who would you recommend this program to?
Oh, I think anybody who is kind of stuck in their spiritual development. Uh, I think it's a good investment in yourself. Um, I don't think it's for people that just want to kind of, I don't know, just think it would be fun. I think there's just so much more to it than fun.
Yeah.
Um, uh, it's just it's so it gives you just such a depth to yourself that I think it's just worth exploring. I think anybody that comes in contact with you uh, would benefit from it, you know. So anybody who's attracted to astral projection or OBEs, and I find that most people that I've seen in your interviews have had some sort of attraction to it.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, so you have to have more than just, oh, this could be fun.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you just want to do this for fun, um, then it might be difficult to put in
Yes,
the work if it's just for
yes,
fun. But if it's, you know, if it's for a bigger purpose, for a deeper reason, usually that's what it is, like a deeper, meaningful reason, then you will put in the work, you know, and then you will be
yeah,
practicing, you'll be
yeah,
prioritizing the practice, and then you will have success and you will continue with the practice and you will get far. If it's just for fun, it's very, you know, it's very possible that you're gonna maybe try it a couple of times and put it aside and you know find another shiny object to have fun with.
yeah. Because I mean, I've read about people that say, oh, I've done it so many times, I'm just bored of it. I just don't understand how you can ever be bored of it. Then you just haven't reached the levels of depth that you really should. I mean, it's a gift.
Yeah,
You know, you've got to use it for something good.
yeah. I mean, there's so many realities to explore, so I don't know if anyone gets bored of it like that, but it might happen to some people if they find something even deeper that they want to address themselves to. But I feel like a lot of times this journey can be a part of that, to find a deeper meaning. Uh,
Yes.
I know some authors that have found deeper meaning in just being in long meditations in this state of bliss rather than traveling anywhere else or doing anything else. Just the meditation fulfills
Hmm.
them so deeply with connecting with source that it's just more interesting than anything else,
Hmm.
and that's really cool.
Yes.
But you know, these authors usually have had a lot of experiences in the before that, a lot of astral travels, a lot of, you know, so that's I think this is a part of it. It's a part of the journey to explore and to learn that you're more than your physical body, firsthand and not just read it in a book or see it, you know, somewhere with someone talks about it. Actually being able to experience this, you being able to experience that separation that you went through on your first attempt, and be able to put your hand through the door and feel the wood inside the door, and put your you know, your head through the other door, and feel the temperature change on the other side, and these kind of these subtle things that gives you that confirmation that we are much more
Yes.
than just physical body. We're so much more potential, and this feeling of that you've opened yourself up to so much more, that excitement, that magic that
Yeah, and
brings
then
you
being
to life.
able to do it so fast, because you know I've gone to not other OBE courses but other courses, and you feel you learn a lot, but then you take it home and you don't really know what to do with it. So it's almost like, was that a waste of time? Here you really
Yeah.
have success so fast that, I mean, it was beyond my expectations. It really was. I was like, oh wow, I mean, I can actually do this
Yeah,
on my own. It's, I mean, it's amazing. It really is.
really is.
Well done, you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. And
it's so good, and it works. And I think people just need to look at all these testimonials with real people that are telling their stories, and I mean, you'll be convinced. It's you're the real deal. What can I say?
thank you. But I must also say that it's you know, I'm the one providing the tools, the guidance, and everything, right? But it's down to you to do the work,
Yes,
and it's down
sure.
to you to have the desire, the enthusiasm, the energy. And you know,
Yes,
you came with that from the beginning, from the even before you started the program. You had this energy about you. You had this this very positive mindset that you're going to do it. That it's going to be fun, and you brought that same mindset with you throughout the whole program, even when you were struggling, because there's always a point of struggle
sure.
in these when you learn this stuff.
Yeah,
You were still positive, and you were still continuing, and you were looking at your practice attempts that didn't go anywhere, still with a positive attitude, and you still kept going. And that is, you know, that is really important when you come to this, to these kind of programs, that mindset. And not everyone has it. Not everyone has that mindset. Not, some people get stuck, and they don't move through.
yeah, and I wouldn't say it's easy, and especially not when you have a family.
Mhm.
Um, but it's possible, and you've been great in tweaking my schedule. You know, you've said try this, try it at this time. You know, that I've been able to kind of work around it, so it does work. But yeah, you really got to keep at it, and just kind of, if nothing happens, then just put it down to, okay, well, I'm that much closer to a success. You know,
Mhm.
a failed attempt is not a failure. It's just another step towards, you know, getting it right the next time. I mean,
Yeah.
I do enjoy the practices.
Yeah, and you probably noticed that it is this back and forth
Yeah.
of troubleshooting and tweaking things. And I think you this is like this is where the core of coaching comes, to be able to be to have that guidance.
Hmm.
So when you get stuck, you have me telling you, okay, you probably should change
Yes.
this and you should
Yeah.
change that.
Yeah.
How does that motivate? Because that motivates usually much more to keep going at it, right? Because otherwise you get a little bit stuck
Yeah, and
quite
that's,
quickly.
you know, of course you miss that after, you know, the 12 weeks, even though you are very there on Facebook, so you know we can still use you. But eh, yeah, there's so many twists and turns through this, and I do feel that it's still the beginning for me. But I never felt like on my own through the program. I mean, you were always there. I could always send you a message, and when we chatted, you know, it just, you made it clear like this is what's happening right now. And 2 days after, I have an out of body experience after we chatted. So it's just you just have a wealth of knowledge, and know exactly. I'm sure we all go through different things, and it's just little tweaks here and there
Yeah.
that we just need to think of stuff a different way or try it a different way.
Yeah, of course. And of course, I have a lot of experience doing it myself, going through a lot of difficulties personally to achieve this state, because I wasn't what I call a gifted child. So I had to go through a lot of this myself. So that experience really helps me to help you. But then also the experience of all the other students that I've had to help that had similar problems. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I know this issue. This is the solution. And that's something that it will take much longer for you to figure out on your own. But now, as you have a lot of answers to most issues, most problems, you have a better clarity on what you need to do.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
now you just have to tweak a few more things, and next thing you know, you'll have a very consistent success rate and very confident practice. And I think that's important to have that confidence that if you're gonna practice tonight, it will work. Most likely would work, and you will have an experience, and you'll be able to travel and have an experience that you want to have, that you have some control over it, that you have conscious control. And that's what we want. So yeah, I know you're gonna send me some interesting, or you're gonna post some interesting messages.
I'll keep posting whatever happens, because it's fun to share, and then it inspires other people too. And
It does.
I love reading other people's stories too, because it's just hilarious sometimes.
It is, yes, but it is super inspiring to see you writing in the group, all the experiences that you have, and it really helps other people to get more motivated and to practice harder
and just keep at it.
It really helps. Because they know that you're using the same tools that they're using, right?
Yes.
And then they're like, oh, it's worked for them, okay, so I must just practice a little bit harder, and then it's going to work for me too. And it really motivates people to go.
Yeah, it's a good group, and people are so supportive. I mean, it really is a safe space to share.
Yeah, everyone in the group is nice. Like, all the people are really nice people. So I'm happy about that. It's a small group, but it's growing, but it's still it's a very good vibe.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, lovely to talk to you.
Yeah, you too. I will see you on Facebook.
See you on Facebook.